So cracking of the hydrocarbons, the purpose why we crack them, because the smaller one are more useful than a long chain hydrocarbon. So cracking of hydrocarbon, if we have a long chain alkane, because the fraction which we obtain in the from the fraction distillation of the crude oil, these are all alkanes. So if we have long chain alkane, the two possibilities, it might produce a small alkane and alkene, or it might produce alkene or hydrogen. Because it depends on the temperature, it depends on for how long we are supplying heat energy and the catalyst used. So you don't have to learn the name of the catalyst as well as the temperature at which a cracking is done. But the important thing which you should know is the fractions which are obtained and completing the equation for cracking. Example, we have C12 and H26. What is this? Alkane or alkene? C12 and H26. For alkanes, the general formula is CnH2n plus 2. And for alkene, the general formula is CnH2n, means the number of hydrogen are twice as compared to number of the carbon. So this is alkane. So if we are cracking this, then we have two possibilities. It's up to you. It's not necessary that you have to make, even you can make the first combination or you can make the second combination. That's up to you. Example, I want to make the first combination. I want to make alkane and I want to make alkene. So if I want to make alkane, I can select any number. Example, I select C4. So if I want to make alkane, if C4, how many hydrogen should be there? So H10 will be there because 4 multiplied by 2 is 8 and 8 plus 2, that makes 10. So C4H10 plus out of 12. Now out of 12, I use 4 carbons. So how many carbons are left? So 8, so it will be C8. And out of 26, I use 10 hydrogen. How many hydrogen are left? 16. So it will be C8 and H16. So you can see if one of them I am making alkane, another one will be alkene. Is it clear? What is the name of this alkane? C4H10, 4 carbon, 10 hydrogen. What is the name of this alkane? It's butane, because but means 4 carbon and ane means they have a single bond. And what is the name of this alkene which is having 8 carbon atoms? So it will be octene. So one of them is alkane, another one is alkene. So because it is alkene, that's why octene is there, not octane. Octane, when if there's a single bond. And how we identify there's a single bond? From their general formula we can identify. If we react or supply oxygen, then it will be burning, it will produce carbon dioxide. We don't want to produce a carbon dioxide, we only want to break a molecule into a smaller fraction. It's like breaking the molecule into smaller fraction. So there's one, when a large molecule break into smaller fraction, what we call that as cracking. So exam point of view, you will find a question in which this sometime they give you equation, a missing part is there, or sometime you have to complete the equation. So when you have to complete the equation, in that case, it's up to you what any combination you can make if it is not mentioned in the question. So if I say complete the equation for cracking, C10H22, complete the equation for cracking and make two products. You can use the screen annotation or you can use a chat to convey your answer. C10H22 and we want to crack. It's up to you, any product you can form. You can use the chat or screen annotation to complete this. So you can see even like within the class, everyone is making a, like some are having a similar fraction, but because for this question, multiple answers are possible. So the idea is that the total should be same. Like in the beginning, you have 10 carbon, so you should have 10 carbon. And the hydrogen are 22, so sum of hydrogen in the product should be 22. So if anyone is doing in this manner, then it means it is correct. So the important thing is the total number before and after should be same for carbon atoms as well as hydrogen, until unless they mention in the question, like what fraction you, or sometime you have to just complete the equation. When one of the product is given, example, it is given C8 and H18. One of the product is given 2 C2 H4. What will be here? So C4 and H10 will be there. So one is alkene. So remaining, the idea is that the total number before and after should be same. Is it clear, the concept of the cracking and why we crack a hydrocarbon? So mainly why we crack a hydrocarbon, because the smaller fractions have more uses as compared to larger fractions. That is why we do a cracking. So converting them into more useful ones. Alkanes, alkane means there's a single bond between the two carbon atoms. The name should end at ane. And the journal formula for alkane is CnH2n plus 2. And these alkanes can be a straight chain, can be branched, or can be cyclic. So CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, or So what is the name of this compound? The first one, the straight chain, which I drew. Because there are 4 carbons, so it is but, and they have a single bond, so that's why it is ane. So this one is butane. What about the branch one? What is the name of this compound? Branch ones. We select the longest chain. The numbering should start from, look, what we do for a branch one, we select the longest carbon chain. So this is our longest carbon chain. Then we number the carbon atom from nearest branch, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Second position, we have a branch which contain 1 carbon, that's why 2 methyl. And 4 carbon atoms are there, then it will be butane. So it is 2 methyl 2-methyl butane. What about the cyclic one? What is the name of this compound? So that is, yes, cyclic one is cyclobutane. Cyclo because they are cyclic, and but because there are 4 carbon atoms, that's why it is but, and they have a single bond. Due to that single bond, it is in. So it is cyclobutane. Then how we obtain these alkanes? So to obtain alkane by fractional distillation of the crude oil, because fractional distillation of crude oil produce different types of alkane. And if we want more alkane, so what we can do, we can use a cracking of that crude, this fractions obtained, the heavy fractions obtained in a crude oil, and we can have different alkanes. So basically, the fraction distillation produce alkanes. The chemical reactions, because these alkanes, the hydrocarbon, most of them can be burned and produce energy. So we use them as a fuel. So chemical reaction, first one is combustion. So for combustion, combustion means burning. If we have C2H6, we burn in the presence of oxygen, complete combustion, release carbon dioxide and water. If in incomplete combustion, that will produce carbon monoxide or unburned carbon, that is C. The second thing is, so combustion produce, also its combustion is exothermic reaction, so release heat energy, which we can use to drive any system. Whenever we want to balance a combustion equation, we start with carbon followed by hydrogen and add the last other element. That's the order of balancing a combustion equation. Always start with carbon. How many carbon are there on my left hand side of the equation? 2. So I need 2 carbon. So I will put 2. Carbon is balanced. Is it clear? Because there are 2 carbon on my left hand side, so I will put 2 carbon on the right hand side, so carbon is balanced. How many hydrogen on my, because after balancing carbon, we balance hydrogen. There are 6 hydrogen on the left hand side, so we should have 6 hydrogen on the right hand side as well. So which number I should put here to make it 6 hydrogens? 3, because 3 multiplied by 2, that makes 6. So hydrogen is also balanced. But what about oxygen? On the left hand side, I have 2 oxygen atoms. On the right hand side, I have 2 multiplied by 2, 4, plus 3, 7. So basically, I want to make 7. I have 2. So how I can make 7? Which number I should multiply here, so it will become 7, the odd number. So basically, 3.5 multiplied by 2 will make it 7. So I will write 3.5 here. Is it clear? So 3.5 multiplied by 2, that will make 7 oxygen. So now you have 7 oxygen on the left hand side and 7 oxygen on the right hand side. But in an equation, normally in O levels, fraction or decimal can be used, but in O levels, we normally use a whole number. So how I will convert this equation into whole number? I will multiply whole equation by 2. So when I multiply whole equation by 2 after balancing each element, so this will become 2 C2H6 plus, if this is multiplied by 2, 3.5 multiplied by 2, that is making 7O2. This is multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by 2, 4 CO2, and 3 multiplied by 2, 6 H2O. So this is the final equation. So first we started with what we did. We started with carbon followed by hydrogen at the last oxygen. But because oxygen on the right hand side is an odd number, so to make a odd even to odd, to make even number to odd number, I have to multiply by half, like 3.5, because 3.5 multiplied by 2 will make 7. This equation is balanced, but this equation include a decimal. So to remove this decimal, I multiply whole equation by 2. So this is our final equation for balancing combustion of ethane. Is it clear? I'll give another example, but this is the idea, the base when you are balancing a combustion equation. Start with carbon followed by hydrogen, at the last oxygen. Is it clear? Like another example, if it is example CH4 plus O2, the complete combustion will produce carbon dioxide and water. The order for balancing this, I will start with carbon followed by hydrogen at the last oxygen. How many carbon on the left hand side? 1. And how many on the right hand side? That is also 1. So means the carbon is already balanced. We don't have to. How many hydrogen on the left hand side? 4. And how many hydrogen on the right hand side? So it's 2. So which number I should put here so it will be balanced? So I'll put 2, because 2 multiplied by 2, 4. So hydrogen is balanced. What about oxygen? When you check oxygen, 2 here and 2. So there are 4 oxygen and there are 2 oxygen. So I want to make an even number. So I'll multiply with what number to make 4 oxygen? So I'll multiply 2. So oxygen is also balanced. In this equation, I don't have to multiply the whole equation again, because there's a whole number I use for balancing. So when I'm using a whole number for balancing, it means I don't have to multiply the whole equation. But if I use a fraction or a decimal to balance, then I'll make this decimal or a fraction, whole equation multiply by 2, so that it will balance. So if you are having C4 H10 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. So we have to balance carbon. There are 4 carbon. Start with carbon followed by hydrogen at the last oxygen. So 4 carbon, I'll put 4, carbon is balanced. 10 hydrogens, I'll put 5, hydrogen is balanced. What about oxygen? 4 multiplied by 2, 8, and plus 5. 8 plus 5 makes 13. I have only 2. So which number I should multiply to get 13 here? Like 2 multiplied by what number so that the final answer will be 13. So 6.5, because 6.5 multiplied by 2 will make it 13. So 6.5 into 2, that will make 13. But again, because we are using a decimal to balance the equation, so what we'll do, we'll multiply whole equation by 2. So when I multiply whole equation by 2, the final equation will be this will be 2 C4H10 plus 13, 6 multiplied by 6.5 multiplied by 2, 13 O2 gives 8 CO2 plus 10 H2O. Is it clear? The first equation, this is also balanced, but this equation is in decimal. That's why we multiply all of them by 2 to make it into whole numbers. The next equation, I want everyone to solve this equation, balance this equation. You have C5 and H12 plus O2. You can use a chat or you can also use a screen annotation to complete this. Balance this equation, C5H12 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. You can either use a chat or you can use a screen annotation to complete this. What about oxygen? This, how many oxygen will be here? In this case, look, for balancing oxygen, when you check oxygen, here you have 5 multiplied by 2, 10 oxygen. And here you have 6 oxygen. So 10 plus 6, that makes 16 oxygen. So I need a even number here. So I don't need a decimal. I will just multiply by 8 because 8 multiplied by 2 will make 16. So this part, like I don't have to multiply by 2. Why I don't have to multiply by 2? Because I'm using a whole number for balancing. When my equation include a whole number for balancing, then I don't have to multiply them by 2. If I'm using a decimal for balancing, then I have to multiply whole equation by 2. Is it clear? Another example, you can use a chat or screen annotation to balance this. C6 H14 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. Balance this equation. First start with carbon, followed by hydrogen, and at the last oxygen. Then what should be the number? Because 12 plus 7. Yeah, that will be 9.5. That's correct. Then because this equation, because 6 multiplied by 2, 12 plus 7, 12 plus 7 is 19. So you need 19. So 9.5 multiplied by 2. This 9.5 multiplied by 2 will make it 19. And then if it is 19, sorry, 9.5, what you will do, you will multiply whole equation by 2. So the final equation will have big numbers when after multiplying by 2. Is it clear? Balancing of equation which include a burning or a combustion. Then the second reactions of alkane is substitution reaction. With chlorine. The term substitution reaction means when atom or group of atoms replace another atom from the molecule this reaction is known as substitution reaction. So basically what happened, example, like it's very common in a football or a soccer, when there's a substitution of the player, a player which is there in the field is going out and another player from the bench will enter the field. So same thing happen, a substitution reaction. Example, you have a methane. Methane means one carbon and four hydrogen. It react with chlorine. Chlorine is Cl2. So what happened in a substitution? One will enter, like out of two chlorine, one chlorine will enter and one hydrogen will replace. So when one hydrogen is removed or go out, so we are left with three hydrogen and one chlorine enter. So it will be CH3Cl plus hydrogen take position of a chlorine. So it will form HCl. So hydrogen will go out and chlorine will enter. And we call this reaction as substitution reaction. And what are the conditions for substitution reaction? Ultraviolet light, UV light, and it should be a high temperature around 300 degrees centigrade for this reaction to occur. So in the presence of ultraviolet light and high temperature, this reaction can occur. Normally at room temperature, without the presence of ultraviolet light, this reaction cannot occur. But this is also called a chain reaction. This is a chain reaction. It means it will continue until all hydrogen are replaced by chlorine. So this reaction will continue until all of the hydrogen are replaced by chlorine. Like example, the first, now we have CH3Cl. This will react with another chlorine. This product further react with chlorine. One chlorine will enter, one hydrogen will go out. What will be the product? What will be the product for this? CH3Cl plus Cl2. One chlorine enter, one hydrogen replace. Yeah, CH2Cl2 because one hydrogen go out and one chlorine enter plus HCl. Then this will not stop. I told this is a chain reaction. This will continue until all of the hydrogen are replaced. So if we have on the next slide, I will use this. So if we have CH2, Cl2 plus another chlorine, what will be the product? CH3, Cl3, CHCl3 and HCl. That's right. Then this, because it is having a hydrogen, so it will continue to react until all of the hydrogen one by one are replaced by chlorine atoms. So what will be the product here? CHCl3 plus Cl2. So CCl4 plus HCl. So that's called tetrachloromethane plus HCl. So alkanes undergo a substitution reaction. The term substitution reaction means one chlorine atom enter and one hydrogen replace. So if I was having a ethane, ethane is reacting with chlorine. All the alkane react in the same manner. Ethane means C2 and H6 plus Cl2. What will be the product? C2H5Cl plus HCl. And this will continue. I'm not writing all the equations. I'm just explaining the idea. C2H5Cl will react with another chlorine. What will be the product? So it will be, because number of the carbon remains same, number of hydrogen decrease, number of chlorine increase, one, and the product HCl will always be there. And this reaction will continue until all of the hydrogen are replaced by chlorine. So there are more equations, but I'm just writing for one. Is it clear, the substitution reaction? So we need, for alkanes, the substitution. There are two reactions of alkane. Number one is combustion and number two is substitution. Then isomers of alkane. Isomer means compound with same molecular formula. But different structure. They are known as isomers. So when we draw the isomer of alkane, make one straight chain and other one branched. If you are making an isomer of alkane, make one straight chain, another one is branched. So if I say I want to draw isomer of C4 and H10, butane. So if a question is draw the two isomers of butane, isomer means they should have the same molecular formula but different structure. So first make a straight chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. I make a straight chain and then make a branch. So 1, 2, 3, and then I make a branch. Up or down, it does not make difference. This will have 3 hydrogens. You can show all the bonds. Sometimes they say show all the bonds. So if you have to show all the bonds, you have to show hydrogen bonds as well. So if they did not mention show all the bonds, so you can write in short. You can just write CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This will be CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. What is the name of this compound? The straight one. What is the name of the compound? So that's butane. What about the branch one? What is the name of this compound? Select the longest carbon chain and number the carbon atom. So it is 2-methyl propane. And why these two are isomers of each other? Because when we write the molecular formula for butane, the molecular formula is C4H10, and for 2-methyl propane, the molecular formula is C4H10 as well. Is it clear? The concept of isomers, the two molecules have the same molecular formula but different structures and names. We call them as isomers. But for propane, like for C3 and H8, we cannot draw the isomer. Why? Because we can draw the straight one, but there is no branch. I cannot make a branch because this is not a branch. This is also a straight. This is also a straight. So for isomers of alkane, it does not, like for methane, ethane, and propane, they don't have isomers because there is only one way to draw the structure. We cannot make a branch. So that's why you don't have isomer of methane, you don't have isomer of ethane, and you don't have isomer of propane, because all of them are propane, all of them are straight chain. Is it clear? So the isomers for alkane started with butane, like C4H10. For C3H6, you cannot draw an isomer. This is also a straight chain, only two ends are there. How we identify the ends? Because there's two ways we can start. This is also straight chain. This is also straight chain. So all of them are straight chain. All of them are propane. There is no branch propane. That's why the isomers of methane, ethane, and propane does not exist. It's only started with butane and so on. Butane can have isomers, propane can have isomer, different structures. Then as a homework, I want everyone to write the uses of alkanes, at least 4 uses of alkanes. So 4 uses of alkane as a homework you will write. You can use a book for that. You can also go through or search on internet and write the uses of alkanes. Any doubt related to the class today? Today we completed the fraction distillation of the crude oil, cracking, and then alkanes. Any doubt related to the class?